if you would like to have a successful online business where you're selling more and more of your digital products every single day, you need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And I'm going to talk about this based on something which happened recently, which really drives home this point. And this is something which happened to me, but it also applies to pretty much everybody in one way, shape or form. So we all obviously, if you're watching this video, want a successful online business. We want more revenue coming into our business from our digital product sales, because the more product sales we have from our digital products, which can come in at any time of the day, the less you need to be relying on a 40+ hour work week, etc. So the other day, something really interesting happened, and I want to just I'll draw this out for you to help you understand this, right? So you've got cars going up and you've got cars going down. Now I'm little old me in comparison here, and I'm walking up this way. And when I was coming back on this walk, I was up here and I'm walking down this way. Now, as I'm walking up this motorway on the side of it, right, there's so many cars coming on both sides. So many cars. So many little cars that are just driving past, etc. Both times I was walking past, right? And as I'm walking down the road the first time, obviously these cars are moving fast as well, but not always too fast. And especially I think on the way back, there was a lot of traffic. So these cars weren't moving as fast as they could have been. And on top of that, as they're doing all of this, like, they have an opportunity to look to the side. Now bear in mind, there's loads of cars here in these two sections, right? Loads of cars in these two places. And in comparison, there was a couple of people that were riding bikes that were going back and forth, a couple of people, and there was even less people who were walking, right? So as I'm walking up this the first time on my way on this walk, something hits me. I'm like, wow, I'm here. Basically, not many of us that are walking on this sideway, on this pathway, but there's loads of cars which are going past us, etc. And loads of these cars, as they're driving past, have the opportunity to see me. And I'm like, you know what? Well, I start thinking about how when I'm in a car, when I'm driving, like, it's much harder to see someone when they're driving because they're in a car, they're moving fast, etc. But when you're walking, you're out in the open, and all of these people can see you. Now, like I said, as I was walking down on the way, it didn't hit me as much, but I did have these thoughts in my mind, and I was like, well, yeah, these cars are going past. All of these cars can see me. It's almost like I'm exposed, etc. So as I now start walking back, right, later on, I've gone on the walk, I'm now walking back. There's cars that are slowing down because there's a lot of traffic. So these cars are at a standstill, pretty much. And they can look over and see, okay, who's that individual? Like, there's not loads of them, just one, two people, right? So who's that person over there, etc. And as I'm walking back now, it really dawns on me. I'm just like, you know what? This is uncomfortable. It feels uncomfortable for me to be in a scenario where all of these cars, anyone in these cars, these could be anyone, right? People who know me, people who don't know me, people who have seen my videos, people that, like, I'm thinking through all of these scenarios and I'm like, they can all look at me and I can't really look at all of them. And as I was going, as I was coming, as I was thinking about this stuff and just in my meditations, one of the things which was screaming out loud to me, right, was, listen, Israel, this is a snapshot, this is an illustration of what being successful looks like. It's not about necessarily everybody knowing who you are. That's not the point I'm making. Even though the more popular, the more work that you do to be a blessing to people, the more people will know about you. But that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point is, what you're doing there in that scenario is also what I'm thinking is what's drastically different. Most people are like these people in these two sections. Why? Because most people in these two scenarios do what everybody else is doing. They follow the crowd. When it comes to creating content, they won't create content because they will say to themselves, well, I'm going to be in a vulnerable position. Most people don't create content. So if I'm doing it, I'm going to be like Israel here, that's on the side. I'm going to be like the other people that are here on the side who are standing out, who are saying, you know what, I don't want to do what everybody else is doing or what the majority are doing. I want to do something which can set me free, which can set my family free, etc. So when you think about it like this, as this was happening, these are the thoughts that's running through my head. This snapshot showcases just so clearly those things I was feeling inside, internally, in my heart, in my mind, like, whoa, like all these people can see me, etc. And it's like, I'm saying that having been in a position where I've been creating content for quite some time. I've created digital products and sold digital products for over 10 years. But my point is, I'm still human. I'm no different. The same fears, the same things that you may go through, I probably experience too. The only difference is I'm aware of stuff like this, and I've taken the time and continue to take the time to grow. So when fear tries to attack me, or I find myself in a situation like, oh, you know what, you need to be different. You need to like stand out in the unique way that God has made you to stand out. Yes, it may be difficult, yes, it may be hard, but the more comfortable you are being uncomfortable, the closer you are to success, and the more likely you are to achieve success. And this is like, this framework today I'm showing you can help you. I could have drawn or shown you different examples. This is just a recent example that's fresh in my mind. But the more you think about those sorts of models, those sorts of frameworks, the easier it will be for you to understand, okay, why it may be a struggle for you sometimes to do certain things, to step out, to stand out. Why? Because it's easy to blend in with the crowd. All those cars that are driving up and down the motorway, they just look like every other car. But there's something very distinct about being one or two people that's walking up and down on the side of the motorway, which draws so much attention to you. The reason I'm highlighting this is because from a very young age, we are programmed to be like this, to be cars on one of these sides of the road, to be like everybody else, to do what everybody else does. But God, as I love to say, right, He gave us fingerprints to remind us we are not like this. There's certain areas where we are to be exactly like this, and being a human is one of those areas. That's why each and every individual in the world has a different set of fingerprints, past, present, and future. And this is why I'm so confident when I show people, for example, like in my product Cashflow for Christians, how to turn their unique skills, unique hobbies, or expertise into a digital product that pays them every single day. Why? Because I believe what God says in His word. And because I believe what God says in His word, I act out and live out what God says in His word. But all of my content is to show you and to wake up to realize, no, you are special. You are one of a kind. You are unique. And because you are all of those things, there's special things that you have that God has given you as an individual that can actually make you money every single day with a digital product. You see, the digital products I create are based on my uniqueness. And that's how I can do a video like this. What are some of the elements that make this my sort of content? Well, it's me speaking. This is a story or something which happened to me. You see, you could tell the same story with a completely different example, right? And that's the power of being unique. No one's going to ever be able to create content that you can create. And that's why you should create content. I spoke about content creation or creating a digital product in this video as one example, one or two examples, but this applies to all different areas of your life. If you want to be comfortable, you need to first be comfortable being uncomfortable. And walking down that motorway a couple of days ago did feel a little bit uncomfortable on so many different levels, but it's actually a powerful way to get into comfortable positions like this, where I can create content, where I can be a blessing to you. And content like this will continue to grow my business and help people like you at the same time. So if you like this video, and if you are interested in knowing how you can turn your unique skills, your unique hobbies, and your unique expertise into a digital product that can pay you, watch this video right here. It will show you how you can make your first $7 digital product and then scale it. Go in, and God bless.